Hello, hello. I am Loretta Kreitz, and I hope that you will join me for one or more of my classes this June at Quilt Show Reno. My husband and I, along with our pups Lilo and Stitch, have begun the process to move to Porto, Portugal in a little less than a year from now. After that, opportunities to take an in-person class with me will become limited. All the classes and the lecture I'm presenting in this video will take place at the Grand Sierra Resort in Reno, Nevada. Quilt Show Reno took a detour in location last year, but now they are back at what I consider to be their original home. The resort has multiple restaurants as well as a great pool and spa area, golf, and lots of activities for the family if you want to bring them along. But I think these events are best shared with a couple of quilting buddies as a girls' retreat. Now that's something we all deserve. On Tuesday, June 13th, is my pet portraits. In this first class, we will be creating a small portrait of your favorite fur or feathered baby. This class will cover choosing the best photo for your portrait, processing it into a workable image, transferring the key elements to fabric, and building a fusible web applique image. Now this is my rescue pup Stitch. He's a Chihuahua, we call it gremlin mix. And here I have a work in progress of Pooters, a family pet. A pet portrait is a great way to remember or memorialize a beloved pet. My classes are project-oriented, but also process. This is the same process that I use to build most of my pictorial quilts, like this one, Cue Orchestra, Curtain Up, which is my tribute to musical stage productions. Here I have Cho-Cho-san from Madame Butterfly, the opera, and Alexander Hamilton from the musical Hamilton sharing a spotlight. You'll start your learning adventure at home with 2 videos that I've created for you to complete your photo prep work and get photo approval before class. So don't wait until the last minute to sign up for this one. On Wednesday, June 14th, I'll be teaching my Witch's Boot class. This is such a fun technique using colored pencils and markers to make vibrant quilts. Your own personality really comes through in this project through your choice of colors. We'll be working on the center colored section in class, so you can leave your machine at home and do the fabric borders later at your own pace. You'll learn how to transfer designs to fabric, coloring and shading techniques, and how to set the pencil color into the fabric to make it permanent. With this knowledge, you can move up to larger projects, like this Calendula Patterdrips Cottage, another pattern by Crabapple Hill, and you'll be set to take advantage of the free mini quilt designs I offer my newsletter subscribers. Designs like these, which are so fun to do and make attractive seasonal decorations and lovely quick gifts. Both the pet portraits and the Witch's Boot classes take place before the show opens, so you can focus on the classes, enjoy your free time, and still have plenty of energy for the festival once it begins. Now, if you're only coming for the show dates, which are Thursday, June 15th through Saturday, June 17th, I have some great options for you. Thursday afternoon, I'm teaching my Dandelion Art Quilt. For this class, you're working on your own dandelion. I based the design on a larger quilt that I made several years ago, which was exhibited at Houston Festival and purchased by a collector. This quilt utilizes shading with fabric inks and using shears to add depth and shadows. You can purchase the background fabrics to place your dandelion in these flagstones, or you can create your own original background. This is fusible raw edge applique, and we utilize some handwork for the puffball on this quilt. Using fabric inks and sheer fabrics are techniques I rely on for many of my art quilts. Like this quilt, Too Soon to Tell, where I've used inks for adding details and shading to the faces and clothing and to create the cast light. I've used shears to create shadows as well as the glow around the crystal ball and candle flames and to create the light and shadows on the wallpaper. On this quilt, White Lace on Red Velvet, I used inks to make the fabric look like linen and shears to create the drop shadow on the edge of the handkerchief to create added depth and dimension. This is another class where you can leave your machine behind and focus on building your dandelion quilt top. Friday afternoon from 3:30 to 5, you'll have a chance to rest your feet and gain some valuable information. That is when I will be presenting my lecture, Picture This, How to Create Pictorial Art Quilts. I taught some of this on Quilting Arts TV, and some will be covered in the pet portrait class, but there's so much more I want to share with you. For example, you can do this even if you don't draw well or don't draw at all. In this lecture, I'll be going into detail on the tips and tricks I use to create my pictorial quilts. From how and where research to finished product, I'll tell you about the tools and techniques I use to create original art quilts. If you can dream it, this lecture will give you the tools to do it. Last but not least, on Friday night from 5:30 to 9:30 is my cutting mat tote bag class. I developed this bag because I got so frustrated trying to roll up my mat and stuff it in a standard tote bag. This bag holds the 18.5 by 24 inch cutting mat, has a separate pocket for your rotary ruler, and you can customize the front pockets to hold your favorite tools. I do have this pattern available for purchase on my website, but it is so much more fun to make it in a class. Plus, in class, you'll learn how to make this super cute, fast and easy faux binding edged strap, a strap I developed after publishing the pattern. One of the most enjoyable parts of this class for me is seeing all the fun fabric combinations that you guys come up with. Now, this project requires pre-quilted fabric. Either purchase it ready-made or quilt your own. For this class, you will need your sewing machine. And in addition to this faux binding edge strap, you'll learn a binding method done entirely by machine that you can use later on your quilts. Many people finish this project in class, throw it over their shoulder, and carry their supplies home in it. Well, there you have it. A rundown of my classes coming up at Quilt Show Reno. You still have time to join the fun. Sign up now at quiltshowreno.com. You can find more information as well as links to the show at my website, lorettakreitz.com/events, or reach out to me via email with any questions at lorettakreitz@gmail.com. Thanks for watching, and I can't wait to see you in Reno.